winner. Somewhere, Isak and Newcastle, they are dropping a letter for us to read. So we read. We are going to talk about Isak and Newcastle. The saga continues. Liverpool, Isak and Newcastle, the both of them, all of them are in this saga together because Isak dropped a long letter for us to read. After 10 minutes, Newcastle replied him on social media. So they are now doing social media war on the internet. So we are going to talk about loyalty in football. Who is at fault? We're going to talk about if clubs should be loyal to the players or the players should be honor their contracts. So we're going to talk about all this saga on this show. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. My name is Gordon. I'm here with the guys to talk about all this on the show. Good morning, Nonso. How are you?
Good morning, Egyptian king at it again. Egyptian. I don't know if he's an Egyptian god this time around because he's the first to do it 3 in a row in all of everybody that has played in Europe and the first African to do 3 in a row. Good luck to him.
Good morning, John.
Yeah, a fantastic morning to you. Good morning to all our sports listeners and all super fans out there. PFA awards and yes, stew and tea everywhere in the Premier League.
Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Gold FM Sports. You can go there, drop your comments. We'll be reading your comments live here in the studio. Okay, let's start. Before we actually start, we have the Salah and the PFA award. Let's talk about the La Liga because yesterday Real Madrid played a game and they won against Osasuna 1-0. Kylian Mbappe started the game and he scored a goal. Remember, he's now wearing the number 10 jersey, not number 9, number 10 now. He won a penalty and scored the only goal in that game. Good game for Alonso because truthfully, I saw that game. Osasuna sat back in 90 minutes. I think they were defending with 8 defenders. They were not defending back to back everywhere. They wanted to just find a way to put a counter and win that game. But unlucky for them, they considered the penalty and Kylian Mbappe scored to give Real Madrid their first win of the La Liga season.
I think it's a respectable result for Osasuna. You know, it could have been 5-0, it could have been 3-0 in another climb. The fact that it's a 1-0 narrow win, escape with your life kind of match, gives good kudos to Osasuna side and other strugglers in the La Liga who do not have the financial muscle some of these teams have, and the fact that they also sat deep and defended and wanted to hit on the break and try to create chaos for Real Madrid was a good one. I expected a shock. I'm happy that they got a respectable result and Real Madrid have 3 points. Good for them.
Also,
good one. Well, I want to ask a question. Trent, have fun now. Trent Alexander-Arnold, when you come to Real Madrid, you do this, bros, have fun because yesterday he didn't do. For me, I feel like Trent was the player of last night because.
Oh wow!
No, for me, I don't know about you. I don't know if you saw the game the way I saw it. You know, we talk about performance. I talk about criticism, and you say conspiracy king. Fine, leave it like that. For me, I felt like Trent Alexander-Arnold in that game yesterday was the off-play person in that Madrid setup. Every other person went on to do a good job. Every other person went on to do. If you look at their passes accuracy, forget it. We are not talking about the side passes now because mostly are side passes because of how Osasuna sat deep. But most of those side passes, many of them were complete. You see people having 96% of their passes complete. You see people having many grounds covered, making runs. Trent at least has about 80 something. That 80 something is still good though, because most of those passes were back passes as well. I feel like Trent was the only person that was off in that game. And Osasuna last season were a tough team to play against. I think it was against Barcelona they played 1-0. Barcelona won by 1-0. After Barcelona pressed, wanted to squeeze the life, all the water out of the tour, wanted to squeeze possession out of them, but they got only 1 goal. And I feel like coming into this game, we know they were going to defend that much. It was up to the creative minds in that midfield to create those chances, and there was nobody sending in the defense splitting pass for Real Madrid. And that was the only reason why I will say that was the only reason they brought Trent out. His vision for pass, and he didn't have it yesterday.
Okay. Well, I don't know about it.
They say if you look for red cards, you see them all day, man. If you're looking for a poor performance from Trent, bro, you see it all day because you're already preoccupied with getting a poor performance. I don't see that.
I'm not preoccupied.
You're already preoccupied with getting a poor performance from him.
Madrid got 1 goal. It was a player I said will go to Madrid and will dominate. I said he was going to compete with Carvajal in that right side. I didn't say he was going to come there and become the world-class player. We know he was going to have lapses in the La Liga season. We know that already. But this one, I'm just stating it obvious here on the show that this is the errors he made in the game. This is his flaws during the game. And I hope he doesn't go on to haunt him in other games.
Okay, the statistics in that game is interesting. Real Madrid has 70% possession. had 18 shots in total, 5 of them on target. They scored from the penalty to make it the only goal in that game. Osasuna had only 30% possession, 2 shots in total, but 0 on target. I think Alonso started well. He started his formation, this 4-3-3 formation, even though that, as we said on this show, Tomiyasu decided when to join the defense, but in this game, they don't really need him to join the defense this time. He
Because
was
even
there
the defense joined the attack.
attacking. Mbappe started as a striker, Vinicius from the left, and Diaz from the right. Gula again, but he said Alonso said that he trusts Gula. He's going to trust Gula, even though that Jude is out for about 2 months. If he's come back, we'll now see if he's going to play him or Gula. But everyone know that Jude is going to play. But Gula will play more this season that he played for Ancelotti throughout his when Ancelotti was there. But the interesting thing that happened in that game is that Rodrigo he didn't play at all. He was on the bench, but he didn't have 1 minute. The same thing happened in the Club World Cup. I think he played few minutes in all. And I don't think he played up to 1 hour in the Club World Cup together. Now La Liga has started again. He wasn't even introduced in the game at all. So you know that everybody was talking about Manchester City is looking for him currently. But if they can sell Savinho and some of the players, they might go for Rodrigo. Do you think it's affecting? That's why Alonso is dropping, or because he just wants to drop him? Because they asked Alonso after the game, he said that his decision just to drop Rodrigo from that particular game at all, not for him to play 1 minute.
I disagree with you, because Alonso cannot come out and say what the issue really is. Alonso cannot come out and say what the issue is, just as Eric Ten Hag could not come out and tell us what the issue is behind dropping Cristiano Ronaldo. We are only finding it out in the grapevine after a few seasons have passed and the thing has played out the way it has. The guy categorically doesn't want to be in the side. He wants to leave. And the manager could not turn his head to make him stay. And obviously, when you have a situation like this, that you have a player that could easily leave, you have a player whose eye is elsewhere, who doesn't want to stay because, like Isak, trust has been broken. Yes, trust has been broken. So he wants to leave. Alonso couldn't force him to stay. Now he has to sit out on the bench because he's in the shopping window. And he's in the shopping window until that whole saga turns out. Either the transfer window slam shut before we see him reintegrated into the side is to be expected. The difference here is that, unlike Isak, he's not going to the public or going to the press and trying to force a move out. But he clearly wants to leave.
Well, whether he clearly wants to leave or not, but at least he has not said that he wants to leave. They should actually play him. My own is that he was one of their star
one
players.
Of the best players when they won the Champions League
back to back.
He was one of the star players in that team. And Alonso is coming in. Definitely, managers will always have scapegoats. Managers always have their favorites. Who starts for them and who doesn't start. On the right, he knows that on the right he has struggled a bit in the last couple of seasons. He has struggled a bit on the right side of the pitch, but that's where he has always played from under Ancelotti. This guy came in to play from the left or as a striker. And in the Real Madrid side now, you have an Endrick, Mbappe, the other guy, Goncalo Garcia. So which means on that striking
position... Even the guy they brought him from South America, he played yesterday.
The Endrick guy?
No, Master 2.
Now, like I said, leave that one. That one go still bench him and leave him. But I said he has been in this team fighting for the team with his blood. Now, the only place he has to feel is the left side, which he knows he's comfortable playing from. But because he is now used to, I can manage to play from the right, the manager is coming in and saying, okay, fine, I need an out-and-out person who can play from the right. Not somebody who is trying to play from the right, who is trying to grow playing from the right. And I think he's having the discussion with the manager. That's why he's not going to the press to say, I want to leave. He's still loyal to the club. You cannot be playing for Real Madrid and your eye will be elsewhere. Unless you're not getting game time.
That one is just conspiracy, bro. You can't tell me that.
Now, see, unless you're Martin Odegaard, who is an academy graduate, you've been in Madrid all your life, then you didn't see...
Martin Odegaard was never an academy graduate. Martin Odegaard was signed for Real Madrid. That statement is wrong.
You didn't see any chance or any move to the front of the line. You have, like, the pecking order was too high, you can't... But he's broken into the pecking order. He's the person that you're dropping him back now. So I think this is a case of having a conversation with the manager to see if there's a possible way he can start for the team in coming games. If not, he's just looking for a way out. But he's not coming out to say, I want to leave. And he's not submitted any transfer request yet because it's Real Madrid. Where you want to go with big pass like that?
Let's is there, man.
Where you want to go with big pass Madrid?
Let's is there, bro.
He will decide if he wants to leave Real Madrid this season or if he's going to stay and fight for his jersey. But obviously, Alonso is not probably going to trust him. But let's see, it's possible that you can start the season bad and suddenly somewhere, if the manager trusts you, you will start performing well. But for Rodrigo, it's going to be a huge thing. We have about 12 days remaining in the transfer market. If he wants to move, because City is looking like they probably is going to get him. So if he wants to go to England and try out his luck, he will leave Real Madrid this season. Okay, before we move away and talk about England, let's talk about Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid are a club that is always interesting for me because they always call them underdogs. And I understand that because Real Madrid and Barcelona are a huge club, you understand. But if you look at the past couple of years, these guys sign players. Just this summer alone, they signed 9 players. 9. I don't even know where they see money. Real Madrid is okay. They build a stadium, they renovate a stadium, so they are not really want to spend big.
Wanda Metropolitano, that's where they see money.
Wait first.
They are the first La Liga club to do this move from an old stadium to a new stadium. That's where they are seeing the money.
Yes, but now they don't have money to sign all these 100. They've done it before, and they probably invested before. They brought in a whole lot of players before Real Madrid, but don't really need to spend more. But Barcelona, they are broke. Everybody knows that. But somehow, Atletico Madrid is signing players.
That's what I'm telling you, Godwin. It's from the Wanda Metropolitano. That's Atletico Madrid's stadium of just how many, whether 2 or 3 years now. They moved into a brand new stadium, spanking new in the La Liga, bigger capacity, bigger box seats for superstars and directors. They've got that financial backing from that stadium. We also saw Real Madrid do the same renovation to the Santiago Bernabeu and increase the seating capacity. Like I said, when we are talking about football, as of today, broadcast rights have stalled at a certain number in different leagues in Europe. In the Premier League, is still 1% higher than it was last time around. As of this season, across Europe, you have the Bundesliga, you have the French Liga, and the Italian Serie A. Those numbers are dropping. When you come to La Liga, it's stalling at the same price. So the only way clubs can, grow revenue is by improving their stadium capacity so that they can get more ticket sales. That's where the money is coming from for Atletico Madrid.
They signed player Alex, a left winger from Villarreal for 42 million euros. By Hanko from Feyenoord for 26 million euros. Cardoso from Real Betis for 24 million euros. Raspadori from Napoli for 22 million euros. Thiago Almada from Brazil for 21 million euros. Rugiri, yes, from Atlanta for 17 million euros. They signed players at very well. This is why Mark Pubil from La Liga, the 2 is about 16 million euros. They signed players. They should be challenging. My point is that signing all these players, almost 8 or 9 players in the La Liga, plus the one they have already. And even though they lost at the weekend, 2-1 with all these signings. I think it's time for Simeone to start. This Simeone is the name of the coach again.
Diego
Simeone to start challenging for the. He's not an underdog. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't think Atletico is an underdog grade. If they can spend this kind of money almost every summer, they should challenge for the La Liga.
Atletico have never been an underdog. Atletico are victims of their own creation. Let me explain. So first and foremost, Atletico won that title of Madrid and Barcelona a couple of seasons ago by them just being true to who they are fundamentally. Now you have a season where you've spent a lot of money last summer, brought in a lot of striking options. We talked about the likes of Selot, we talked about the likes of Julian Alvarez and a couple of other strikers they brought in. Now this summer again, they've gone into the market and they brought in about 8 more players, like you said. And rightly so. If you look at both teams, I will still come back to this discussion. The bottom line is not the numbers, but the quality. The bottom line has never been about the numbers. Look at Chelsea now. How many seasons ago did they buy?
Johnny Cardoso na quality
14 players from around.
I know Cardoso na Bola. Bolaji.
My own is that who they buy them. Not be them they buy and they spend at something.
Now look at now. See Godwin.
Player for player, position for position. You cannot compare FCB, Real Madrid, and Atletico Madrid. Player for player.
Yes.
But that's the difference.
Wait, now let me understand.
They went to the market to buy the player.
Let me understand.
That's why I said they are victims of their own creation, man.
Player for player, you have academy graduates that want to compare to players that have done well in other teams that they signed in. Let's see, it's just the club. It's just the way La Liga is structured. Let's be honest. I'll say it again. The day I will believe La Liga is a big league. The day I'll forget that the way Baka Jesse they come through. The day I'll believe La Liga is a very big league. It's the second biggest league in across the top 5. Is the day I'll see a team like Osasuna from nowhere win the league.
You know that's not going to happen. That's why La Liga rights and the revenue sharing formula.
That's why La Liga. That's why La Liga and Scottish Premier League is the same.
I disagree with you.
Even the French League on.
Well,
even the French League on, they get other champions.
The truth of the matter is that.
Wait, let me finish because Scottish League, Scottish Premier League. If I tell you to name other teams that have gone on to win the league, you only tell me Aberdeen, who did it under Alex Ferguson in the early 90s.
Wow.
Outside that, it has always been Celtic and Rangers.
What happened to Hearts?
When last Hearts winner?
Bro, you are saying it's
when
just Celtic.
In early 90s.
You are saying it's just Celtic and Rangers. I'm telling you, clubs that have won it as well. Look at other teams. We
Bayern Munich.
I disagree with you, man. That means you don't want the Bundesliga. What's their name?
Leverkusen.
Wolfsburg have won it.
Yes.
When last?
Forget about when last. Wolfsburg have won it.
Team gonna do 9 in a row.
Dortmund have won it.
Yes.
Even Hoffenheim have won it. What are you saying, man?
Wait, nobody's saying there's no one.
If you are looking at the last 2 decades, I'm telling you, it's not these 2 teams that have been winning back to back.
I know. I'm not
John,
talking on it's coming.
John, if you like to take debate to principles, you learn. I'm telling you that outside these 2 teams, Rangers did 9 in a row. Celtic did 9 in a row.
Also,
it was not the necessary to break.
Also,
now in La Liga,
you are making
I'm not making any blanket statement.
You are making a blanket statement without setting the right parameters, man. You have to set parameters to make. You don't just come in and say
now outside
in the La Liga it's only Real Madrid and FCB. We all know that Atletico Madrid have won it.
2.
Twice
in the last 15 years.
Irrespective.
2 in the last 15 years. Let me to the shout.
You have to put the right parameters.
Calm down.
If
Let's
you are saying
educate you
in the last decade, I will agree with you. If you are saying in the last 2 decades, I will agree with you. But don't just make a blanket statement
if
like
I
that.
say in the last 5 decades, in the past 50 years, name me 5 other teams that have won the La Liga.
Teams
outside Atletico Madrid. That has won the La Liga and dominated the La Liga.
Teams
outside, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, teams are there. In the last 5 decades, I'm not even saying 2 decades now. Because in the last 2 decades, I'll say Atletico Madrid won it twice. In the last 50 years, Atletico Madrid
if you want an
twice.
Education, man, you can get an education online. Don't just come in here and make bolder statements that are not factual, man.
I'm telling
that's
you,
the most important thing.
Ligon, why I didn't see Fresh Ligon was because before now we had the Olympic Lyon dominating, doing 5 in a row, doing 7 in a row. Nobody outside after Saudi Arabia with Qatari money enter PSG life. They started to dominate Fresh Ligon. Before then it was Olympic Lyon, Olympic Marseille. Before now, at some point it was Lille. Even while PSG was doing 9 in a row, Lille came around and won the league. You get, for Spanish La Liga, I'll say it again, until you prove me wrong. In the German Bundesliga, before, in the past 30 years, it was Wolfsburg, Hamburg's them. Now at some point, I think before Man United won the first Premier League under Alex Ferguson, their first Premier League under Alex Ferguson, who won the league was either Sunderland or so. 1991 or 1990, Sunderland won, and now they are relegated. They just came back to the Premier League after how many years? After almost 9 years being out of the Premier League. They are now back in the Premier League. This was the team that won the Premier League in 1990 or 1991. So you keep going back to, I'm telling you that for teams to dominate in La Liga, it has always been Real Madrid and Barca. Either one of these 2 is winning the league. Then once in a while, one team will not surprise us. Once in 30 years or once in 50 years, one team will not surprise us and nick in and win.
Also, I will still come back to the statement of the day, which is that there are other teams that have won that La Liga. If you go, the caveat I'm giving is 5. You don't mean once in 15 years. Sociedad have won it. Atletico Bilbao have won it. I can go on. Atletico Bilbao have won it. I can go on and on and on and on. But you cannot come and make a blanket statement without backing up.
I just backed up my fact.
You didn't back up anything.
I just backed up my fact, and
you didn't back it up with facts, man. Okay, let's not come here and do that, please.
Okay, let's see what is that Atletico are not underdogs again. If you look at the signing they have made, they should be challenging for the La Liga this season. But let's see if they are going to challenge for the La Liga. But he has been there for a couple of seasons. Diego has been there for a couple of
13
seasons. He
years
has
now.
won 2 La Ligas, reached 2 Champions League finals, which is lost to Real Madrid. He was unlucky in those finals. But let's see. He has lost his first game already in the La Liga. Let's see if he can challenge, keep up with Barcelona and Real Madrid in this year's La Liga title. Okay, let's talk about Salah, because yesterday the award was issued, the Premier League Footballer of the Year, and Salah obviously won that particular title. Everybody knows that Salah is going to win. He won the Golden Boot and won the best assist in the APL last season. Fantastic game, fantastic footballer. He's like 3 years old. He is the only player that have won that title 3 times. Fantastic player for Salah.
3 times or 3 in a row?
Not just
3
3 times.
three in a row.
times.
No, 3 times.
Three
It's only
times,
3
yeah.
times. Nobody don't do
Thierry
3.
Henry has won it 3 times too, man.
Okay, but Salah did very well in this particular
No
award.
doubt
Yeah.
about that.
See, I will go back and say I mentioned him earlier in the show. He is the player of the year for me. He's the PFA player of the year. I think the other people we were celebrating people who did 2 in a row at some point, or two Premier League players. Not back to back though. They did 2. We were celebrating the Mahavidi and some other defenders and some other midfielders and some other players who have done 2 PFA player of the year. But this person is telling you that he's done the first person to do 3 in the English Premier League. 3 in the English Premier League and PFA award, and he's done well so far. He's done absolutely what nobody expected him to do. In a season where you had an Isak banging in goals, you had a Haaland who everybody is scared of. He's coming into a Liverpool side, dominating, scoring his goals and providing the assist, creating, and even joining. The worst part is he's even joining in the defense. Joining in defending. So people say he's joining in, because people say in the Premier League player of all time, in a Premier League team of all time, who is going to be playing from the right? And people will come in and say Beckham, Ronaldo, and the rest of them. Bros, forget that they are all Man United legends. I would have put any of West Ham players there, but they're not rich. So I'm going with Salah. But he's done well over the past years. He's been in the Premier League. He's done exceptionally well, and he's dominated the Premier League.
Okay, Salah is the only player that won that PFA 3 times. Henry won it twice, Ronaldo twice, Bale twice, Kevin De Bruyne twice, Mark Lanchera twice. So they have been winning. Mark Hughes won it twice, but Salah made it 3. Salah is a fantastic player. He is a Liverpool legend. He is a Premier League legend. If you look at how many goals, I think he's in goal scoring chart. I think he's about 5th or 14th now.
In the pursuit.
Yeah, so he has done well in that particular award. Let's see if he's going to replicate what he did last season this season, because if you look at Salah can play football. But let's see if he's going to do it again. If you look at the team of the season in this particular award that they gave yesterday, fantastic players made those awards. I'm going to give you players that made those Sales made the goalkeeper for Sales for Nottingham Forest 20 PFA team of the year. Sales was the goalkeeper of the year. He beat Raya for that particular award. Saliba, Van Dijk, Gabriel Magalhaes, and Keke's defense. In the midfield is Gravenberch, Rice, and McAllister made up the midfield 3. Then the attack is Salah, Chris Wood, and Isak made the attack. These are the players. The young player of the year is Rogers for that award. Fantastic 11. But let's see. This Premier League have started already. Let's see who is going to make it again this season. Okay, let's talk about Isak, because Isak is on the news. When he didn't attend yesterday's meeting because of the saga he has with Newcastle. So before, when they were doing that award, the guy was typing something on the internet. And let me read some of the things he wrote. I will not read everything, but I'll read some of the things he wrote. He said that when promises are broken, trust is lost. Relationship can't continue. I am proud to be recognized by my fellow professionals with a place in the PFA team of the season of 2024-2025 season. First and foremost, I want to thank my teammates and everyone at Newcastle who has supported me along the way. I am not at the ceremony tonight. With everything going on, I didn't feel right to be there. I have kept quiet for a long time while others have spoken. That silence has allowed people to push their own version of the event. Okay, let me go down to the main thing he said. I said, okay, the reality is that promises were made, and the club have known my position for a long time. Now, to now ask as if there is an issue emerging is misleading. When promises are broken, trust is lost. Relationship can't continue. Okay, this is what Isak was dropping yesterday. After he finished dropping it, 10 minutes later, Newcastle came out. Since we are doing social media, we are not doing social media. Well, Newcastle came out and wrote their own official statement for Newcastle. We are disappointed to have been alerted to social media post by Isak this evening. So they are claiming that they saw the thing. As we are seeing it, they are seeing it. That's what it means. So they are seeing the post on social media. We are very clear in response that Alexander Isak remains under contract, and there is no commitment has ever been made by the club officials that Isak can leave Newcastle this summer. So who is lying? Who is saying the truth? That's the problem now. Okay, we want to keep our best player, and we also understand players have their own wishes, and we will listen to their views. As explained to Isak and his representative, we must always take into consideration the best interest of Newcastle, the team, our supporters, and all decisions that we have been clear that the condition of sale this summer have not been transpired. We do not foresee this condition being met. This is a proud football club with proud traditions, and we strive to retain our family feel. Alexander Isak remains part of our family and will be welcomed back when he is ready to rejoin his teammates. Okay, now the question is, where is this Saga going to? Because
if you want run, we are here. We are
yes,
waiting for you.
It's showing that whenever he's finished all his guy, all his shakara,
Agaracha must
you
come
can
back.
and play for. It's what I'm seeing, that Isak, they don't want to sell Isak at all again. They want to keep him this season, but Isak wants to leave. The question is that, do you keep an unhappy player at your club, or do you just cash out because somebody offering you about 120 million pounds upward? It's a huge money to reject. There's no guarantee that Isak will still hit the ground running this season.
The truth
So
is,
it's going to be a tough. So if you look at this both statement, who do you think is lying, who is saying the truth, and what do you think how this whole transfer saga will end?
the truth is, if Newcastle be the first to contact Liverpool in this matter now, the price will definitely go down. Like 50 million no go reach. You get, if Newcastle be the first person to pick up the call, so they will still, like as they said, they will still have this. It's a proud family. Their pride will still be there. They are not picking up the call to call Liverpool. They'll have to sort in the matter around themselves, within themselves, and the news is Liverpool are waiting for a clear go ahead that this guy wants to leave, or they are willing to sell. And Newcastle is in this statement now is clear. Well, like I said against Brighton and Belieber, the clubs don't want to sell this summer. Probably next summer they might be selling. Probably in the next 2 summers they might be selling. Probably when his contract expires they might leave in 2027. But this guy is staying at Liverpool. He's staying at Newcastle. Is what the team has always wanted. They wanted to build a team around him. And if the manager is, and until they get somebody who can manage the situation, they'll have to manage it the way they see how to manage it best.
Okay, John, this particular problem, Isak wants to leave. Newcastle say that they are not selling, that they want him to stay. How do you think that this whole saga will end?
Godwin, let me start first from when you said that there's no guarantee Isak will hit the ground running this season. I will say that there's a guarantee Isak will hit the ground running if he's playing for Liverpool. If he's playing for Newcastle, you keep what you keep. That's the situation on ground. Coming back to the topic we are discussing right now, Alexander Isak, I feel like Newcastle have been handled a terrible hand in the transfer market this season, with about 6 prospects that they failed to land. They've had a terrible stint in the upper management in terms of recruitment, so there's also that issue there. If they had landed a Sesko or one of their other targets,
or even Ekitike,
or Ekitike or Wisha,
they will sell.
And this saga had played out, they will sell. But right now they are at a loss, because if they sell without proper replacement, they've given up on the season. If they keep him against his wish, there's no guarantee he will play for them. He can decide to wind down his contract, find him all you want, don't pay him all you want. He can take it to the extreme.
The problem is that the World Cup is next day. He has to play to make that squad.
He
cannot sit on the bench.
It's not.
I think I like what Newcastle is saying.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you like it or not, if the transfer window closes, you don't have a choice now.
That's
It's going
to
to apologize
in January.
If the transfer window closes, you can go out on loan.
You go to other clubs that probably
Yes.
They cannot.
But the wise thing to
Simple.
do, is just to come back, apologize, and play football. The thing about, if you apologize and come back, they are ready to take you back. It's not that they are ready to push you away.
It's not about being ready to take you back, because like I said, in this scenario, trust has been broken. That's
Who
the
is breaking the
fundamental.
trust?
That's fundamental.
That's the problem. We don't even know who is selling.
Who is
and
breaking the
lying.
trust? Because
It's the club, man.
look at the
It's the
statement.
club.
How is it the club? Because look at the statement from the club. We're a proud family and want to be as so in the coming season. They're not addressing the fact that they said they are not selling this summer. That's just their statement. We are not ready to sell this summer.
I think what part of the thing I used to say, somebody can make you a promise. If those promises are not written down, there is no guarantee that that person will keep it. It's just like me telling a girl that I'm going to marry her.
No,
I never wait
sue
now.
you
Wait
to
now. I know. Okay. Let me not use that one. Let me not use that one.
Don't try that one. Don't try that one. They will sue you to
It's like telling someone, promising somebody something. Okay, that I'm going to give somebody money. I'm going to give John money. I'm going to give you 1 million naira.
When you know say you don't do anything for you.
I'm going to give you 1 million naira by the end of the month. There's no guarantee. But if you write it down and we sign, we bring in a lawyer.
I have a recording of you just saying
Calm
this
down.
now, so there's guarantee. Please, I will receive that money at the end of the show. Thank you.
There's a if condition
There was
there.
no if.
I think
If
the
I
problem,
promise,
the problem is the same thing with how we look, man. You say something, you agree something man to man with clubs. Club can decide to break those promises. Now we don't even know who is saying the truth and who is lying.
We've seen it with Yokeres. We've seen it with Lukman. We are seeing it
everywhere.
We are seeing it with Alexander Isak. It's not about writing it down, right? Like if you are going to the wild west in Texas, once somebody spits on his hand and shakes your hand, it's done and dusted.
19 brigidim now.
You know what I mean? I'm telling you.
19
Why are you cutting me off? Why are you cutting me off?
Try and now.
In this particular case and scenario, you can see every line Newcastle wrote is very, very poetic. Go and look at those details. They are saying that they did not promise for this thing, right? But that promise is in principle there.
See,
the difference is that Isak want to execute this season because of the bid from Liverpool.
Okay, let's talk about.
And it's also been impacted by the fact that they've not been able to recruit.
Yeah, let's talk about.
So that's why this thing is going out the way it is.
Let's talk about loyalty in football. Now, if you look at, for example, Isak and Newcastle don't want to sell. They want to keep Isak. Isak wants to leave. If you look at other clubs, I'll give you an example. If you look at other clubs like Chelsea, indirectly they are trying to force Jackson out, even though that Jackson wants to stay. If you look at Manchester United, they are trying to force Højlund out, even though that Højlund wants to stay. So if you look at this loyalty thing, who sometimes I think that sometimes the clubs are right, sometimes players are right, because if you look at it, players have a short career. Clubs are going to be there for most forever and ever.
Of course.
If a player has an opportunity to leave, sometimes they need to find a way to have this player leave because they have a short career. If he plays for Newcastle, for example, Isak, he's not probably going to win the league until he finishes with his Newcastle career.
Godwin, if the statement is true that nobody is bigger than the club, then why haven't Newcastle released Isak?
Nobody is bigger than the club, though, because the club is always going to be
then
there
do
forever.
the business. If that's the truth, do the business. The fact is that when we come to marquee players, X-rated players that are fantastic, the rules change. Like, for example, I'll give you a clear-cut example. The rules change for the extraordinary players, and they have the right to effect that change because they demand it. Look at the deal for Mbappe. Look at the deal for Cristiano Ronaldo. Look at the deal for some of these X-rated players. They have a lot of fringe benefits and they have a lot of, let me say, pull when it comes to negotiations. For example, you cannot take the 100% image rights of Mbappe. You know if you take them, because that image right alone is in the billions or multiple billions right now. So you can only negotiate for 50 or 40%, and you can take that much. He keeps the rest. But there are players at the club have 100% of that image right, which means that money they would have made from their image right is going to the club full sale.
And number two, if you look at players, if you're under a contract, for example, if you're under a contract under a club, you sign a contract under a club, the club can decide when to sell you and when not to sell you, even if you can force your way out, but they might disagree. For example, no matter what Isak do in this transfer, if Newcastle say they are not going to sell, Isak will not do anything because he's under a contract. All he will do, he cannot even say he cannot play. If he cannot play, they will keep you at the club and not play because they are breaching contract already. So the thing about players, clubs owning a player is like it's ownership.
When we talk about players and clubs, we always talk about the player is big. There is no place on earth where a player is bigger than a club. Even if Ronaldo come make him play for West Ham tomorrow, he cannot be bigger than West Ham because after 4 years he go retire. West Ham will still
all I need to
continue.
ask you is to look at their social media handles and yours, and we'll have a clear-cut example.
Leave
of who
social
is bigger
media.
than
You
who.
can be bigger than me on social media, no problem.
QED.
You can be as big as no problem. But once you come to West Ham, so if you enter West Ham, our own social media self will go up. So
Simple.
what are you
But
saying?
you are bigger than the
Wait.
club. You are bigger than the club. QED.
but in terms of because why you cannot be bigger than the club is still paying your fees.
Yes.
You get, so you can be bigger than the club in your own pocket. Outside the club, you're bigger than the club. When you're in the club, as long as you're getting your contract, you're getting your pay from that club, you cannot be bigger than the club.
Oh,
and
wow.
for Isak and Newcastle, is a straightforward thing. The same thing that happened with I'll put the same case with what's it called now, Ademola Lookman. The club is saying, if we want to even sell this summer, we're not going to sell to a rival club. We're not going to sell to teams in the same league. We can sell you to other teams this summer, but if next summer teams of the same league come for you, fine. The same thing is happening to Isak. This summer it's in the bid. The same thing happens with Baleba. It's in their contract, and there's a negotiation that okay, fine, we cannot sell you to this summer. That's why when Liverpool came at first, it was a clear cut. Is this guy for sale? No, he's not for sale. When the negotiation for Baleba came, I said it here on the show before even everybody, Man United fans said, bring Baleba. I told you here on the show when the news broke, Baleba is not for sale until 2026. Same thing for Isak, he's not for sale until 2026. It's as clear as that, and that's when Newcastle starts. So if you like, bring. That's like when they said, okay, how much do you pay, and it was 120 at first. Immediately after 1 week, they increased it to 150, thinking Liverpool, and Liverpool did not match the 150. So because they know you cannot afford to pay 150 for that player, they decide to increase the price to a limit you cannot pay for. And if you try and attempt,
Liverpool will match 150 if they get that green light that they are ready to
and
sell.
if they attempt to match the 150, we'll move it to 180. It's as simple as that, because he is not for sale. The key word there is this summer. If you come next summer, like I said with Baleba case, he's not for sale this summer, but if Man United want to force him out of Brighton, they might pay 200 million. But if you're coming next summer, it will be around 80, 100.
The bottom line
makes sense that way, because this is when we are saying we are building a team like this. Until we get the players we want, then we can at least phase some out and get some in.
I'm telling you that this stance on Isak going or not going is predicated on the backdrop of what we've already discussed. Failure to get their transfer targets in, failure at the management level for proper recruitment staff in that position, and no other striker in the side. Barring all of these occurrences, Isak is sellable any window you come for him. And like I was saying in January, if a certain club in the red part of London had manned up and put the 150 on the table, we wouldn't be having this condition. But now, Godwin, coming back to your question on subject of loyalty, I'll give you the case study of Darren Bent at Sunderland. Darren Bent at Sunderland was scoring goals for fun after a fantastic season where he got double figures. A bid came in for him, and the owner of the club told him, bro, you are going. He's like, no, I'm at home here. I love the club. I do this. I want to stay, blah, blah, blah. Bro was out. So loyalty in football is a diminishing asset that has no value right now, because we don't see the same payback from the clubs. We just saw David De Gea get a proper send-off after 3 years of leaving the club.
After 2 years, actually.
Irrespective, man. We have seen players that have been forced out of club, like we're seeing Nicola Jackson now out. Even when they needed him in that game against Palace, he would have come on and done something. He's not. Look at the case of Højlund too. I can go on and on. We've only seen very few players like the likes of Tony Adams and a couple of other guys who have played all their careers.
Even Bessie was forced out of the club.
What am I saying, man? So bro.
So what I think in this is like that players have a short career. Most times, maximum 10 years. If you are very good, 15 years. Because some of the players peak around 22, 23, and they end about 30, 31. That's their peak of. If they play, it's a short career, so if they have a chance to move to a bigger club, they always take that chance, because there are no guarantees that if he stays at Newcastle, that Liverpool will come next season.
Thank you.
So it's the one way they see now. It's a Congo, but he said that promises were made to him that Newcastle is not meeting up the promises, and Newcastle is saying that they didn't make any promise, and that they are going to keep Isak. So the window is still 12 days remaining. If the window closes and Isak apologizes, he probably pays more fine. He's going to be reintegrated to the Newcastle squad, and he's going to play, because truthfully, Newcastle don't have a striker. They are still talking with Wisha. Wisha is going on doing his own strike thing, and he fights with the Brentford to come to Newcastle. And Isak is fighting Newcastle to go to Liverpool, so he's fights everywhere. But let's see how that fight and how this saga with Isak and Newcastle and Liverpool will end come the end of this transfer market. Okay, let's go to our YouTube channel to read some of the comments before we take phone calls. Remember the number to call is 0706 048 5853. Remember, we are on YouTube again at Vote FM Sports. You can go there, drop your comments. We'll be reading your comments live here in the studio. Okay, Okafu Gochi is here. He said, good morning. Hello, John. Nice one. Salah, my boy. Okay, he said, Rise. Okay, my boys. Rise, Salah, Saliba, Gabriel, were in my PFA. He's talking
Doing
about
well.
Raya. Okay,
Where is Raya?
Where is Raya? Okay, Salah.
Sales made credible saves better than Raya's.
Okay,
Raya deserves to be there, man. QED.
Drake Media is saying good morning, guys. Good win for Real Madrid. Madrid are still a work in progress. Hope the coach gets it right. He's also saying argue or not, La Liga is like Scottish League. Okay.
Simple.
He's saying congratulations.
Life is simple.
He's saying congratulations to Salah and all the players that made it. Okay, finally he's saying on Newcastle are well within their rights to keep him. He is under a contract. These things happen in football. Okay, let's see where Isak is going to end up come end of the season. Chooks is saying, Chooks, welcome to the show. White Angels nearly got stained last night, but they did it their way as usual. They got a penalty. It's a penalty. Calm down. I know you are a Barcelona fan. Okay, Jacob is on the show. Jacob, welcome to the show. Say good morning, guys. Good morning, Godwin, Nonso, and John. How did you people doing? We are doing fine. A good defended victory for Real Madrid. I think they still have hope to challenge for the league and even the Champions League. Okay, say congratulations to Mo Salah. He really deserves it. Yes, he deserves it, truthfully. And finally, he said Newcastle really want to really want to frustrate Isak because Isak wants to leave and Liverpool came for him. And now they said he is not going to leave the club. If I may ask, did Newcastle think Isak will I think
Will his form?
I think we lose his form. This is the same thing happening at Chelsea with Nicolas Jackson.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's see what will happen if he continues to play with the club. Thank you very much. Okay, Derek is here on the show. He said, I am enjoying your show. I'm from Ghana. Welcome, very welcome. Kumasi, Ghana. Derek, welcome to the show. He said, I am enjoying your show. Thank you very much, Derek. He said, Isak should be allowed to go. But Newcastle is saying no. Let's see if he's going to leave or not. Okay, let's read one more comment before we take phone calls. Okay, YNEWA is saying, welcome to the show. He saying, Mo Salah, 147 games at Anfield, 148 goal and assists. Messi's number. Yes, truthfully, he is a very, very good player. And nobody can doubt Mo Salah in this particular Premier League. He is one of the legends. So hopefully he will play more this season and next season and break more records for Premier League and for Liverpool. Okay, YNWA is also saying two options: stay, unhappy player, constant question, distracted players and manager. Yes. Some players won't join a club that refuse to sell. One big mess. Sell, use the money and fund your own players and improve. First team and squad, get Champions League. Okay, improve the first team and squad, get Champions League and attract players the following season. Solely Newcastle owners see that they can't be this stupid, can they? Well, it's looking like they want to.
They were not getting Champions League football when they went in to sign Tonali, and they got Champions League football with him.
Okay,
so rest.
Okay, Emmanuel, welcome to the show. He said Isak should calm down. Okay, Isak should calm down, but he wants to leave. Say, okay, good morning, guys. He's saying good morning, guys. Emmanuel is saying good morning, guys. I love your show. Keep up the good works. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for everybody that dropped a comment on our comment section. Cletus is here. Cletus is saying Newcastle is just playing smart to sell before our match with them because they know Isak will hurt them after all this saga. Okay, finally, Chooks is saying La Liga is Scottish League but produces most world best player each season. Okay,
we agree. Player form, they get players, but na Scottish League because na only two people they win league.
Okay, let's take phone calls. The number to call is 0706-048-5853. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Godwin.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Yeah, this is Bishop.
Okay, what is your contribution about this Isak and Isak fight everywhere?
First of all, Salah, congratulations.
Congratulations to Salah, yes.
Salah is down you can argue the best player ever to have played in Premier League.
You can argue that, yes.
You can argue it, but then, bro, Salah is massive. You can go through him. Just take your day and make a respect about Salah's performance in the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't play in my team, but man is big.
It's
The
big.
reason why Salah is calm like this in social media is because he's an African. If this guy is an England person,
Nobody go hear what now.
You want?
Salah for the fourth time is winning best player. For the fourth time. For the third time, bro. Look at his goal. Salah scores, Salah assists. Salah is all round, everywhere. The numbers are massive.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves it. Congrats to him. I was not very impressed with what I saw with Madrid. I think they were to be tired. They are still not jet, maybe and all that. I was not very impressed, but the last thing is that they won. I believe with
3 points is the 3 points.
Yes, but I was not really impressive. The energy was not really there. They were tired, and even Vinicius could not even dribble past people like that. To be honest, I was not happy, but I believe they will improve with game time.
Okay.
I think this is the first time they are playing.
Yeah.
The game time, they can improve and improve and improve. Then Salah, what is his name? Isak and Newcastle. To be honest, I don't know, but I think Liverpool will beat again. The option now is to let him go. If I'm Newcastle, just try and get a striker. Even if he's a whistle, anyhow you get it. Let him go. You can't even keep your happy player with your team. Look at what he wrote last night. So, true. If I am part of them, bro, we go do meeting, we agree. Liverpool should come and beat. Let them just come and beat.
The thing is,
all right. Thank you very much.
Sometimes that you want golden glue doesn't mean you are the best player.
Oh, wow.
But it was not the best goalkeeper that.
Oh, wow.
Both Sales and Salah and Raya won the Golden Glove yesterday. The last season.
But he was not the best goalkeeper.
All
So if the game was being frozen, the particular first season, he should have been the best goalkeeper. But he did not.
Right. Thank you.
Sometimes it's based on performance related. Understand?
All right, thank you very much.
This one I robbed you know.
Thank you. Okay, okay. Let's see what will happen. 0706048585. Yeah, hello. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. You have been calling. Sorry about that. Name and location, please. Name and location, please.
This is Alex.
Okay, all right. Quickly, what's your contribution?
Okay.
Okay.
See, please, just like I'm saying, I'll continue to say, Mama, I will continue to say this. Isak is just being, should I say, he's being childish. Even though, let us just put it this way, even though you have an agreement with the club, if something comes up, they can allow you, but it's not in the contract. And you know, whatever we are doing these days now, especially in that football, that their career is supposed to be under contract. Whenever you want to do such a thing, it's under contract. Maybe you tell the club it's under contract. So it will be easier for you. It's even easy Newcastle even brought this to the limelight, if I should put it that way. Because all this why he has been that is why he has been in Real Sociedad. That is why he has been in Real Sociedad. Well, it's not as if they don't know him, but they don't know him that much, except during the period that he came to the Premier League. So we should just come down, bring his head down, and maybe come back. No matter what, let us just say Newcastle broke their promise. But he's under contract. The contract is there to speak for the club. And John, please, he said that they should stop cutting you off. But I put it to you that you are even the one that normally cut people off.
It don't make your point finish. Nah, it don't make your finish.
I don't blame you now. I don't blame you now. I don't blame you now.
Alex, let another person call. Alex.
Thanks and don't mention. Thanks and don't mention. Oh wow.
So whenever you are in the club,
you know how much revenue you made when he was around now? Simple.
My own is that nobody is bigger than the club. You understand?
Okay.
Then sell him,
La
man.
Liga. I've not even seen much teams to carry trophy, except from that Barcelona and Real Madrid.
All right, thank you very much.
Oh
Thank
wow.
All right.
Oh wow.
Thank you. Okay. Let's see.
I know they watch La Liga. Thank you.
I begin to know you watch La Liga.
Since
they don't born you,
I know they watch La
John.
Liga.
Since they don't born you, wait, start to watch
they watch La
football.
Liga, yes.
John, I know they watch La Liga, but since they don't born you, start to watch football. Call how many teams, not be a team, because we know say Atletico Madrid don't win am currently.
Valencia
How
won
many
in 2001.
teams?
What are we saying,
No,
man?
you
In
are
the wine,
different. You are different.
in
You
the
go know.
wine.
John, call how many teams? John, no,
Bilbao
no.
have won it.
Okay.
When?
Let me think.
Since they born you. till
Sociedad
now.
have won it.
Let me think. phone call.
1980.
Valencia have won it, bro.
1980.
Yeah, hello, good morning. Okay, I think okay, well, okay. Let's take phone calls. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Yeah. Hey, good morning.
Good
This
morning.
is Paul from it.
Okay, your contribution quickly.
I want to use this opportunity to thank when somebody has spoken the right thing. You support the person and not to act unnecessarily.
All right, thank you.
Me.
What do you think about
Thank
Isak?
you very kindly to Isak.
Yeah.
Newcastle should leave Isak to go. I played football at a very high level, as I'm checking to you. If you are not happy, you can't give the best you have for the club. Newcastle, they'll end up with that 17 this season because Isak cannot put on his best.
His performance, yes.
That club is hallucinated. They are stubborn. They are stupid. They have to leave that guy to go. Or heck, that guy cannot bring out the best he has.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Simple.
All right.
So I thank every one of you.
Thank you.
I'm a Madrid fan, by the way. We are sick.
Okay.
We are sick.
All right.
We are sick.
Thank
And
you.
I'm looking forward to see when Alonso will put his output together. So that the club will be as it was before. I saw Mascherano. It is
Okay, okay. Let's see what will happen with Real Madrid if they are going to challenge Barcelona, and let's see what will happen with Isak too. Isak is fighting for his life to leave Newcastle. Let's take the final call before we end the show. Yeah, hello, good morning. Quickly, name and location,
No,
please.
so good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, John, how you doing now?
I did.
What do you think about Isak? Name and location, please.
Yes, my name is Emeka. I'm calling from Ebonyi State.
Okay, what do you think about Isak? Isak
For
matter?
Isak, I don't think what Isak is doing is right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Remember
wow.
how Mbappe has always wanted to join Real Madrid and then PSG said no. What he did was respect his contract, run it out, and went out on a free
Free transfer, yes.
The club will lose
But
that.
still play first.
So why is Isak not going to do that? He was supposed to do that and then let the club lose. Imagine how much, $150 million.
Pounds.
I mean pounds.
Yeah.
Yes. And then they told us that what he should have done is maybe sit back, played very well, and then many club will come, and then at the end we just work out slowly.
Okay.
And then for the Farmers League, I think what Musa is saying is right. Look at why England is the best league in the world. One small team can just rise up, dominate for some time, and then another club, unknown club. Look at
Like Manchester City. Manchester City, a small club, just came up
In
and
the wine yourself.
Saudi money touch
Like
their life.
Leicester City, if they count small team, Leicester City.
Newcastle has been there,
Yeah.
and then Chelsea came up from nowhere, and then look at Arsenal after the Invincible. What is happening today?
Okay.
They were even struggling to qualify for top 4 for some time, and now they are trying to rise up.
All right,
Man
thank
City
you.
has come from nowhere,
Yeah.
win the Champions League, remain, and then won the league 4 straight.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
The Man United is struggling with bottom half.
Yes, we want to see that in other leagues, not just two teams and then maybe one team. It makes the league boring.
All right.
And then for the fans, it's not appealing. We want to see small teams from La Liga come
Listen,
up. Maybe
all right.
the Real
Thank you very much.
for some years, and
All
then
right.
yeah. That's
thank
what
you.
we're saying. We want to see Barcelona go on relegation.
Bye.
You know fi happen.
No.
You know fi happen.
You didn't hear the final part
You
of
know
it.
fi happen.
We want to see Barcelona go on relegation.
You know fi happen.
Agreed, I agree with you. And he said we want to see Real Madrid finish
Go on
bottom.
relegation too.
Real Madrid finish bottom half of the
If
table.
FCB will go on relegation, Real Madrid should go on relegation.
Real Madrid should finish bottom half at least
All right.
17th, 18th.
Thank you for joining us on today's show. Thank you very much for joining us on today's show. Thank you very much. Tomorrow we are back for more gist in football. My name is Godwin, and have a wonderful day.
This kind of
All right,
relegation.
thank you guys on our YouTube channel. Thank you very much. And please, if you are here, please remember to subscribe to our channel. We do this every day, 8 a.m. sharp Nigerian time. We are live. Thank you, Derek. I can see you. Derek, Jacob, Cletus. I can see all of you. Choose, Emmanuel, Drake Media, YNWA. Thank you for joining us on today's show. Tomorrow we are going to be back for more gist in football, for more transfer news. My name is Godwin, and have a wonderful day, guys. Please always put your phone aside.